Okay, so I got my juice. And like I said, I'm detoxing my body on a physical sense. Obviously, I haven't been eating much. I've just been drinking the juice and the water. And that helps when you fast. You get to detoxify your body. All the old cells that are stupid, if I'm gonna use a word, bad choice of words, but all the cells that are just like malfunctioning or could be cancerous or just have like too much gunk in them, they're all dying right now. Okay, in my brain, in my body, everywhere. And I can feel it in my brain. My brain is hurting. I've never had a headache like this while fasting, but I'm also a little sick, and I did fast. I was fasting while I was sick because I didn't even feel like eating. So that's where this fast started from. Okay, started out of nowhere. But I'm also trying to manifest an apartment. I'm trying to manifest my sovereignty. I'm trying to manifest a better, to also be a better manifester and have a better connection with God, and just be able to walk on my path in a way that doesn't burden me. Because I feel like a lot of the times with like people like me, you know, the path is kind of bumpy, it's kind of very negative, it does not abundant, you know, and you really have to get out the mud. And I got out the mud for a little bit, but it doesn't have to be hard. Literally, you are the creator of your life, and how you want your life to go is how it will go. If you put in the work to rewire and reprogram all of the old mess, all of the old negativity, all of the old stories out of your body, and entities too. People think energies and entities are not real. Demons, they are real, and they are in your body controlling you. Parasites, you could call it parasite, whatever you want to call it, because they show up as parasites. And let me tell you, that is why capitalistic society and American society is the way that it is, so that they can control you. They put parasites in the food, they put random things that don't even need to be in the food. Like I remember one time they said, like, in some certain breads there was like yoga mat material in certain breads. It's like, why do you have to put the yoga mat material in the bread? I know somebody who literally makes bread, and she doesn't put yoga mat material in her bread, and her bread is good, and the shelf life of her bread is like, 1 a week, which is standard for bread, any type of bread, even the yoga mat bread. So why would you put yoga mat stuff in the bread? You're trying to piss me off. You're trying to kill me. That's not okay. It's not okay. Okay? And so just understanding that and taking more precautions to make sure I know exactly what is going in my body. That's why fresh pressed juice is always good for you, because you know exactly what's going into your body. It's no yoga mat materials, no emulsifiers, it's no preservatives, it's none of that. It's just grapefruit, And so, but that's what I was talking about. I was talking about entities inside of your body. Yes. And so that's what I'm finding right now. And that's going to sound crazy. I don't care what anybody says. I know my life. I know my generational curses. Y'all need to start personifying generational curses. This is something that has will, and it's trying to push you down a path that it wants you to go down, and not what God has for you and what you want for yourself. And usually those two things, after you've healed and done the work, are aligned. Okay? And so understanding where that is coming from. And you can see it in your family, and that's why I call it just generational. I personify it because it helps me attack it better. And when I'm doing my prayer, when I'm doing my energetic work, I can say this thing, get out of here, and all of its behaviors and how it acts and how it moves and da-da-da-da-da-da. If you want to know, because I'm about to manifest. I'm about to manifest a life, and people are going to be like, what the fuck? That's how I did it, because I targeted and identified the entities, the generational curses, whatever you want to call it. You can call it entity, you can call it a generational curse, you can call it a behavior pattern, whatever you want to call it. I identified it, I named it, and I casted it out of my body, and I reclaimed my power. Anxiety, yeah, it's your lack of trust. It's your lack of trust. Learn to trust yourself more. But it could also be some bullshit. It could also be an entity that does not want you to prosper. It could be old contracts from that your uncle, your grandmother, your father signed. And you taking all these medications, you taking all these pills, you're doing all these things trying to get rid of this thing. And if the pills don't work, the medication doesn't work, affirmations don't work, what the fuck do you think is wrong with you? It's not you. Because you could be anything you want to be. You are a human being. Human beings are created to adapt to their environment. You could be or do anything you want to be. It's based on the programming. Everything is programming. The higher ups know that. That's why they, always are trying to control you through TV, through mass media, through social media even. They know that. Do you know that? Take back your story. These are old stories, old programmings that are in your body trying to live through you. You have the deciding factor of what gets to live through you and what doesn't. You have that power about how you get to experience this world. Don't give that away. And so over the past, it's been 3 days. I'm going for 7. My last day is Friday. Over the next 4 days, I'm reclaiming my power from energies, entities, demons, devils, gods, goddesses, whatever is trying to stop me from being who I know I am, who I know myself to be, the life that I know I will live and can live and are going to be living in 4 days. And you can use things like grapefruit juice, fasting, other fruit juices, herbs to help heal and cleanse your body, not only on a physical level, but an energetic level. And yes, this took me forever. It did. It definitely did. Because there was so much interference. You're literally fighting yourself. Fighting confusion. Fighting what to do. Fighting my old nature. Fighting obesity. Fighting binge eating. Fighting my parents. Fighting the world. Fighting whoever, whatever nigga I was talking to at that current moment. Fighting all the negativity. Fighting all the lies. Fighting people's perception of me. Just because I have anxiety. Then I grew up traumatized and I was acting a little weird. Nobody wants to ask why the bitch acting weird. People just want to be like, oh, that bitch is weird. Fighting so many things. KO'd. I've been getting KO'd since I was fucking 4 years old. By my life. Okay. I started fighting back 2 years ago and I'm about to whoop these niggas' asses. I am. And so I'm going to show you my process and the things that I've been doing. This is what I've been doing. If you want to know how, because people are going to have I'm sorry. I told you I'm crazy. They're going to be like, how'd you do it? Teach me. No. You don't even have the awareness, the capacity. First, you have to believe that your body can heal just based off of your mind. That's the first thing you have to believe, that your mind has power, the power to heal your body. First. Second, You need to believe that you're worth something. You need to remember who you are. You need to believe that your worth is inherent, that the day you were born is when all the value that you have was given to you. And there's nothing that can add or take away from that. That's number 2. Number 3, you need to serve. Serve God. Serve the people in your life. Serve yourself. With a good heart, with an open heart, knowing what it is that you want and what it is that makes you feel good, and replicating that in your life and other people's lives. Number 3, regardless of what you're going to get back. I slept in my car for 2 fucking months and I was still giving homeless people money. I was not sad. I was not being stingy. I had niggas sending me money, honestly. But I didn't have it. He wasn't sending me enough for rent. Okay? He was not sending me enough for rent. But I had something. And I still gave. I still did things for free. I still showed up. Nobody knew I was sleeping in my car. I didn't call anybody saying, "You want to BDP? Have me see me. I'm crying in my car." No. I was just chilling. Crying, but chilling. So y'all want all these things, but y'all heart is this big. That's what you need to fix. How? That's how you do it. But anyway, let me stop talking. I'm gonna finish my juice. I have to give my nephew a shower. And then we're gonna go to the gym. And I'm gonna show you what I've been doing. So every workout, I like to start it out with a stretch. So this workout, we're doing a standing stretch with the bar. So I'm allowing the bar to kind of really decompress my shoulders. The weight of the bar is kind of pulling my rotator cuffs and the ligaments and muscles in my shoulders down. And then as I rotate my head, it's creating some tension and friction, which is creating more of a stretch in my shoulders and in my upper chest and body. So while I'm doing this, I kind of try to focus on release, like releasing whatever anxiety, releasing whatever stress or tension that may be stored in my shoulders, in my neck. I'll also will like release words that I never said. I know that sounds like, oh, like that's not, has nothing to do with anything. But yes, all of these things get stuck in your body, stuck in your throat, stuck in your chest. And you can help your body release them by doing things like this, by showing up with intention. The intention when you're doing these stretches, when you're doing the exercises, should be to heal, to let go, and it actually works. As you see, I'm bending down and allowing the bar to just pull my shoulders downward and just getting a real decompression in my higher back and shoulders. And all of this is intuitive movement. I'm just listening to my body, what my body needs. Nobody really taught me how to do this. And you should do the same. Just go into the gym and listen to your body, listen to your intuition. What is your body? How is your body telling you to move? And just asking yourself what truly feels good to you and what can really help you release. If you really want, you could try some of these stretches out for yourself. This one felt really good. I brought my back down to a 90-degree angle and I rotated my neck all the way around. And even your gaze is so important to stretching. Your entire body is connected through something called your myofascia. And so when you look up, sometimes while stretching, it can really intensify the stretch, give you a better release, and allow you to really feel what's going on in your body. So yeah, your gaze is so important. In there and letting it come out. And then also your mind, the attention. Your mind has to be on whatever it is that is in your shoulders, okay? Whether it's anxiety, because a lot of times when people get scared, you know, put their shoulders into their ears, or if they tighten their shoulders, relax that anxiety. What's really making you anxious? If you're an anxious person. Now, there's different parts of the body though. I always do my chest because I have a lot of anxiety. Let me not cut my hair. But I've had a lot of anxiety. And so I always start with that. And I have trauma in my right shoulder. When I was like 5. I don't fucking remember how old I was, but my shoulder popped out with its thing, and I thought I fucking died. I remember, and the thing is, I would always remember it as me getting my tonsils taken out when I was 5, but I still have my tonsils. They have never been taken out. So then I was at the hospital one time. It was because of my shoulder. It came out of the whole socket, and I thought I was dying. And I was 5 years old. Like, what the fuck? So there's also that trauma that's had been sitting in my shoulder for a long time, and it's still there a little bit. I still get anxious about it. In-body stretching, no matter what you're doing, no matter where you are, with intention, specific intention to heal. Okay, we are in the fucking sauna. I'm gonna show you my sauna routine. The first things first, what I do is I get in the sauna and I wait till I feel like a crazy individual. If you do not feel clinically insane, this is not gonna work. You have to feel insane. You have to feel like punching somebody. The heat has to get to you, okay? That's when you're going to start feeling the prefrontal cortex turning off, and now you're having all these crazy thoughts. Oh my God, I want to punch somebody. I want to kill somebody. I just want to leave. I want to do this. I want to do that. Oh my God. Sometimes you even start thinking about negative things that don't even have anything to do with the situation. You just start thinking negatively altogether because you're off the fucking rails. Your body's tired of the heat and it's turning into flight or flight mode. Okay. So if you want to keep ramping up the energy, if you feel like it's not enough for you, if you really want to target certain parts of your body, rapid breathing helps you increase the stimulation of your sympathetic nervous system so you can really get into whatever it is that is holding you back, because it's also in your body. It's ingrained in your body, especially if you deal with like negative self-talk. If your upbringing, it wasn't good, you have situations that have been playing over and over again, not only in your mind, in your body, and then in your life, because now you're attracting all those things towards you. So that story that maybe your parents gave you, that story that maybe the kids in your neighborhood gave you, the story that people at school gave you, you're carrying that shit around because you never let go of it. So if you really want to get into it and start feeling it in your body, maybe the heat just makes you feel crazy, but the breath is grounding enough because now you're focusing on something, but you're still ramping up the sympathetic nervous system. It's going to help you target those hard points, those triggers. It's really going to help you get to those triggers, especially if you're doing it with intention. Now you know, when you go in the sauna and you really have something on your chest or something that's been following you around and you don't understand, and it feels so subconscious and you feel like, oh my God, I let it go, but it's still showing up in your life. That's how you do it, because now it's subconscious. Now you have to go into your body, go into your mind and dig that shit out. And doing that breathing while you're in this hot ass fucking place. And I suggest you do it in a sauna that has 2 Stonehenges. I don't know what you fucking call the thing that makes it hot. 2 Stonehenge saunas, bitch. You're gonna be a baddie. You're gonna be manifesting things left and fucking right. Okay? So and be fucking annoying. That's also part of your mindset. Oh, I don't want to be out of place. I don't want to be annoying. I don't want to make so much noise in the sauna. There's other people in there. Who gives a fuck? You need to heal your body. Think about your inner child. Who gave a fuck about your inner child? Who cared? Everybody watched you go through all those things. Nobody said anything. Girl, you can't sit in the sauna and breathe loud. You're crazy. Stop it. That stop it was for me too. I didn't mean to call you crazy, but stop it. Stop it. Okay? Number 2. Now, I suggest you do the fast breathing first. Then you get into, and only if you can handle it. Let me tell you something. Let me say this. I should have said this in the beginning. I'm going to cut it and put it in the beginning. Please consult a physician, a doctor, a therapist, somebody certified. This is intuitive information and knowledge that I've picked up and gathered from being diagnosed with so many different disorders, having so much anxiety, and I'm self-diagnosed actually, but I know I'm crazy. You can ask people in my life, they will tell you. Anxiety, depression, binge eating, bulimia, grandioso thinking, mania, laziness, lethargy, everything, all the fucking things. But BPD, erratic behavior, impulsivity, that's all me. Okay? That's where I came from. So that's where I get this information from the intuitive journey that I had to take with myself and figure this shit out on my own. I'm not a licensed physician or therapist. I do have a personal trainer certificate. But all of this information is intuitive. So before you take anything seriously, consult your doctor and your... Okay, last thing. I had to get out because my phone was getting too hot. And then, like I said, the gym is closing. There's people still here on the little machines. They don't care. Why should I? LOL. But yeah. So then you get into the deep breathing that's going to activate your parasympathetic nervous system. So you're going to deep inhales, long exhales. Deep inhales, long exhales. So the difference between your sympathetic nervous system and your parasympathetic nervous system. Sympathetic deals with fight or flight response. Okay, when you perceive a danger, when you're in the sauna and your body feels like you're about to get cooked, like you're on a fucking stick, okay, your sympathetic nervous system ramps up. Are we gonna fight? Adrenaline, your heart starts beating fast, all the things that you need to fight, to punch a bitch in the face, or to run. Your body's getting you ready, it's preparing you. And what also happens is certain functions turn off. Certain, certain things heighten. Sorry, not turn off. They heighten. Your sight, your smell, your senses. And certain things can turn off as well, actually. Depending on what your body perceives and what your body feels like you need. Okay, it's adjusting. It's adjusting the best that it can. And then the parasympathetic nervous system is rest and digest, is relaxing, is letting, restoring your body back to neutral after the threat, that's the word, sorry, the threat has, left. And so when you're having like a hard time, or you're like having a lot of anxiety, sorry, it's people staring at me, I'm trying to do too many things, but when you're having a lot of anxiety, or like there's not really a threat and your body's just perceiving a threat, that's when you want to do those deep breathings, and so that your body can calm down and relax and be like, okay, let us turn the functions that need to be on, and let us continue our day. Because like I was saying before, when you start getting into that sympathetic fight or flight, girl, your prefrontal cortex is turning off. That's the thing that's turning off. Not sound reasoning. Now we're in animalistic reasoning. Now we're in eat or be eaten reasoning. And that's not how you live life. And that's why everybody's fucked up. Okay? So if we want to get into normal human emotional consideration, you have to allow your body to finish the response. Okay? And some people just go from, oh my God, I'm ready to kick a bitch, to, okay, I'm done. And you could say, oh, the parasympathetic nervous system turned on and they're relaxed. But no, girl, you did not. No, that's not true. That's not true. You didn't even process the emotions or the feelings of the situation. This cannot even be true. Okay? So, yeah, we explained that. Now, we're going to go back into the breathing. So after you do the... then you get into the slow breathing. Pursed lips, little circle, releasing and relaxing, thinking more positive thoughts, thinking more peace, congratulating yourself, sending gratitude throughout your entire body while you're in the sauna and saying thank you for showing up today, thank you for finishing the threat response, thank you for letting go of whatever it is that has happened to you, thank you. Gratitude is the most powerful one of, other than love, even though gratitude does involve love. But it's one of the most powerful things, emotions, feelings, vibrations, whatever you want to call it, that you can ever fucking experience. And let me show y'all my little, these kids be out here. It's fucking 10:30. Was I this fucking dumb too? I was not, because I didn't have friends, actually. Let me show y'all my fucking queen shawl. Okay. A queen is in the building. Baddie alert. Now I'm being annoying like the kid. Baddie alert. But yeah, I'm in my car. Sweet Aya, I love you so much. But yeah. So, slow breathing. Relax, release, letting go. Allowing your body to really feel the difference. Feel the difference. There's a difference. And the more that you build something I like to call sensitivity, the more you're going to feel that difference. When I first started doing this, I feel like I felt a difference immediately, but I know when I first started breathing, I didn't feel a difference as fast as I wanted to. And I had to force myself to continue breathing because I was like, this works. People are using this and it works. I just kept fucking doing it. But when you start being consistently, when you start removing the gunk off of you, I literally, in 2022, I was 250 pounds. You could tell the shit is gone. Do this. Please do it. It works. Yes. And I didn't even start the energy stuff until I've been doing energy for a long time. But this is also energy work. You are removing bad energy off of your body. If you even want to get further into it, entities, attachments that you picked up as a kid, if you were ever traumatized as a kid, if you were abused, if people physically, verbally, emotionally abused you, there is a possibility that you have that attachment on you, of that spirit of abuse, that spirit of emotional, restlessness, that spirit of negativity. If you never did nothing about it, if you just overcome it or ignore your thoughts, girl, that spirit is still on you. And that's why it's in your relationships. That's why you can never find a good partner. That's why, you have so many friendships, but they're all filled with jealousy. People, we need to take accountability of this shit that's in our lives. Yes, people are bad, but life is a mirror. And the more we remove these spirits, these thought patterns, these behaviors, it's all the same thing. This loop, this cycle, this programming, the more you remove it, the better your life is going to get. The more you're going to attract people who don't have those spirits, who have good relationships. I see people on the fucking internet and they be having girl trips. They be 10 of them bitches and they all be out. And I'm like, bro, it's possible. I'm not about to hate on them. I'm about to say, how do I get like that? Removing all of the negativity, all of the jealousy, all of the comparison that was passed down to me. My mom used to compare me to every fucking body when I was a kid. Why aren't you doing this like this person? Why aren't you doing this like that person? Da-da-da. Like, girl, what? Instead of building me up. Now, we're not talking about mommy wounds right now. But you could deal with your mommy wounds in that sauna because I have. I'm just using that as an example. Me and my mama like this. Okay? But we're not going to get too much into it. But that's how I move to heal. I use the exercising to heal. I use the gym to heal. That is a therapy. That's a sanctuary. That's a hospital. That's a fucking Medicare plan in that damn gym. You can do it too. I love you so much. I have to get home. We're going to talk later. Okay? Bye.